stop for a second. And I want you to imagine that you're young again. You just walked into this room, and you look over, you see a chalkboard, and you see your teacher, and your desk. So you walk up to this empty seat, you sit down, and look over to your right, and that's your best friend. And you're super excited about this awesome weekend you're going to have. You're talking about all the plans that you have, and then all of a sudden you feel a brush against your shoulder. You look over, it's your teacher, and you look down, and your heart starts racing. Your palms get sweaty, and you're not ready for this. You didn't prepare for this. I mean, you listened, but why now? I believe life is a lot like this. We have these tests that we go through all the time. And they are shown to us in a series of patterns. I mean, you might be the person, and I'm sure a lot of us have said, why does this always happen to me? Seriously, why does this always, and it does. This stuff really happens to us all the time. Or you might know another person that is in the same relationship over and over and over with a different person or with a different face or a different name. These patterns. Now, I came to this realization a couple times in my life. The first was a very, very big realization, and it kind of opened my eye a little bit to it. And that would be when I was an addict, right? As a recovering addict, I was struggling with relapse. I kept going through the same cycle over and over and over again. And I was the type of person that if you would have said, Eric, it's your problem, I would have said, I know it's my problem. Or if you would have said, seriously, you've got to quit on your own, I'd have been like, I know. But I didn't really know. I didn't understand the depths of that answer that I really need to know. Because in my heart, I still thought that me and my ex-wife were going to get clean together. I thought that it wasn't really my problem. Now, I could get clean if I just wasn't with her. And it didn't take until I was in the woods in Tampa Bay, Ohio, just got out of jail, smoking crack in the woods again, spending all my money, did it dawn on me that, oh, it's me. I mean, it took that. And so that really opened up the doors, the curtains to the next stage of life. I mean, there was a dramatic change in my life. Now, all the time, these tests aren't so significant, and they don't open up curtains to a brand new stage. But, for example, just recently this happened to me. I went on a 12-hour ruck. Now, 12-hour rucks where you put a backpack on your back, and he's full of stuff, like a 2-liter bottle, or bricks, or just things that are heavy, and you take that stuff, and you're with the direction of Army Special Forces, military Special Forces, they give you direction. And in this particular Go Ruck, it's called a Go Ruck Constellation, they are preparing you for times of chaos, for times of stress. And how are you going to deal with that? They're preparing you to take care of the people that you love in times of crisis. It wasn't until 6 hours later that I was on my way to the Nightmare Challenge obstacle course with my girlfriend to go camping and have an awesome, awesome time on their Hana trails. Of course, I just stayed up for 12 hours. I was incredibly tired. And she so graciously says that she's going to drive the car. I almost immediately fall asleep, and we're listening to some CD in the car, and I wake up, I look over, and I see the temperature gauge redlining. Instantly I scream, pull the car over! Pull it over right now! She says, nothing. She has no idea. What, you ain't pull over? I said, yes! So she's looking for the nearest exit and the nearest parking lot after that exit, and I want her to pull over now. Obviously, I wasn't communicating because she did find the exit, and I had to find the gear shifter and slam it into park, which the car came to a screeching halt, followed by the smoke. And immediately you can hear the engine sounding like it's banging off the ground. I get out of the car, I take my hat off, I throw it on the ground, and I can't even speak words other than words I shouldn't be speaking. And immediately after all of this, there was a series of events that are very clear to me that this was definitely a designed test. okay? I wanted to quit. I didn't want to be a part of the situation because that's what I'm used to, is saying when something goes wrong, well, I'll just find this other thing. I'm pretty easily amused. I'm not really worried about this because there's so many other things I can just easily gravitate towards. And so during this situation, it was the same. I didn't want to deal with it. I just wanted to leave the car there, and I had someone else that was there as a great example of someone who is incredibly calm under pressure, that can systematically break down exactly what needs to be done, and I was able to learn from in that situation. Now, after it all got taken care of, and we found out where the car was going, I looked up and I said, I just failed my test. I failed my test. But the real question is, why did I understand I was going to fail that test? Now, I failed the test because, well, I knew I failed the test because I asked myself the question, what is life trying to teach me? And I consistently asked that question. And in doing so, it gives me a higher elevation, right? So that's my challenge to everybody. I just wish that more people would ask themselves that question. What is life, what is God trying to teach me right now? And from that higher vantage point, you'll be able to see the patterns that might be appearing in your life. And with those patterns, we'll be able to recognize the lessons that God is trying to teach us and pass the test when it's there. And maybe then we'll truly realize that life is just the stage. And all the men